Popping off. Welcome everybody back to the No Name Nonsense podcast. We are going to talk about the segment we talk about every single week that everybody seems to enjoy, what we're watching on movies, TV, and music. Let's go ahead and jump off with Mama Steve. What do you have with, let's start with movies then. What, any movies you've seen recently?
The Witches came out on Friday, and I know I said in a previous podcast, and I am not a fan of remakes, but I am a fan of this one. They did an outstanding job with this movie. The graphics just made it more, like I'm reading the book all over again. And I understand it's not going to be as graphic as the last Witches movie, which was made in, 90 or 91?
Mm-hmm.
But given that it's the director from Back to the Future and Anne Hathaway and Octavia Spencer's in this and Chris Rock, Chris Rock was the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a remake I'm definitely a fan of. They've got it spot on like the book. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
What's your Rotten Tomatoes score?
I will give it a Rotten Tomatoes score maybe like in the 80s.
Okay.
Maybe 90%. Yeah.
Okay, high 80s. Wow.
Yeah. Do you think it's fit enough for the girls? Because I know the first one was borderline for my youngest, but I know Kennedy's old enough where she watched it and enjoyed it. But
yeah, I would say the older one, because there are some things in there that are a little freaky looking that might scare Carter.
Okay. Cool.
Especially with the hands, they've taken out like all the witches they look like claws like this.
Mm-hmm.
With like the index finger, pinky, and thumb, and it looks like they're giant claws. And Anne Hathaway does get a little freaky looking at some parts of it, but I could see that scaring the little one. So I would say maybe the oldest one.
Okay. Yeah. Any other movies you checked out besides? I'm gonna have to check out The Witches. We may end up watching it tonight, actually.
Yeah. Not really. I've been on usually around the week before Halloween, I'm on like a vintage horror classic kick. So I've been rewatching Halloween 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. I watch all and Evil Dead, which by the way,
love the Evil Dead.
You like Evil Dead?
Oh, I love the Evil Dead.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Evil Dead?
Never seen Evil Dead, no.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie. Three.
Yeah, all three are great, but if you watch Evil Dead, do not watch the remake. Watch the original Evil Dead. And I'm going to be honest with you.
The remake's good. You are a hater because the remake I watched it again recently, and I'm like, the remake is really good. It isn't the same vibe as the original ones, but it is really good.
Hold it right there. The original one, here's the thing. The graphics are amazing because it's like 80s graphics, and it's like really scary looking. But nothing really scares me, but I can see like the adrenaline rush. But I will say that I do laugh at Evil Dead because of the 80s type graphics, especially the part where, okay, spoiler alert, one of the girls gets possessed by the demon, and she's looking like a fool, and she's, Rawr! And then, they try to end her, and then she makes like this moaning sound for a good like 5 minutes, and you can't help but laugh because she's like, Rawr! And it just goes on and on and on, and it's like the same face. And after about a good 30 seconds, I start laughing. I just can't help but laugh because it's just, you have to watch it.
No, absolutely. Just like even the claymation ballerina scene out when they look out the window and she's dancing. Yeah, it's The Evil Dead is one of those nostalgic movies, tunes that you'll probably watch and be like, why the hell did they suggest this movie to me? Because to you, with all the Martin stuff, it's going to look like trash to you. But for us, like, it was one of the first horror movies I ever saw. So it was like, I didn't know what horror movies were supposed to be like. And this is a guy that basically made this movie like off for $10,000.
Yeah.
So it came out around the same time as like Exorcist and Poltergeist? Like,
I want to say 1980. I think it was 1970, late 70s, 80s was Evil Dead.
Yeah.
It's 1981, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's Evil Dead 2, which is pretty much a reboot of Evil Dead 1.
Yeah.
And then it's Army of Darkness, which is Evil Dead 3, which is pretty much just an adventure sci-fi movie.
It's like, this is my boomstick.
Yeah, it's not even a horror movie at that point. It just goes to adventure sci-fi. And then the Evil Dead, the remake, is more in the essence of the first one, but it is Martinized with like our today's sensibilities of horror, which, as I said, if you watch the remake, I think you'll like the remake a lot more than if you probably will like the original one.
No, the original.
Don't listen to Meg. Meg is wrong on that. My mama sees wrong on this one. I
Listen
usually
to Mama
support her.
Steve. Listen to Mama Steve. The original. The
Oh
original.
no, I'm saying watch it, but I'm saying
Yeah,
once you
yeah.
watch the original,
I'll watch the original first, and get
and you're gonna be
around
like,
to
why did we make you
the
watch this
remake.
trash? And then
Yeah.
you're gonna watch the remake and go,
I'm
oh,
probably
this is
gonna say
more
that
my
about.
speed.
I'm probably gonna say that about all of them because I'm not really a horror movie dude, man. Because they just all bogus to me.
Okay, Tunes. Just a disclaimer. If you watch it, the kids cannot be anywhere near it because they will have nightmares because of the graphics.
Oh, his oldest would be fine.
Okay, the
Yeah,
oldest
really?
baby.
In the original?
The original. I mean, it's really gross. But when you get to the part where they are trying to like kill off one of the girlfriends and they succeed and she's like moaning in pain, it's literally like, I know this sounds really like demented of me, but it's like they just over exaggerate it so much that it's the funniest thing you'll ever see.
I'm sure.
Because it just goes on too long, longer than it needs to be.
Any more classic horror movies? Did you watch Halloween 3?
See, I don't like Halloween 3. I like 1 and 2. And
Yeah,
then
Halloween 3 is trash. Season of the Witch is garbage.
Yeah, like 1 and 2 are great. Anything after 2 is, especially the remake that happened last year, was garbage. Just pure, utter garbage.
Oh, you mean the one with older
Yes.
Perry and Stroud and
Yes.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a horror movie. It just was anyway. Any other movies you got on the tab?
Not right now, no. I'm waiting for some new releases to come out next week, so we'll see what happens.
All right, DJ Tunes, any movies on the
How did you watch? Where did you watch Witches? Did you watch that at home, or did you go? It's not in the theater, is it?
No, the original one from 1990 is going to be on Netflix, but the new one is on HBO Max.
Oh, it's on HBO Max, like
yes.
Straight release to HBO Max.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Damn, it's a damn shame. Movie theater. Or movies. I have not seen any new movies recently over the last couple of weeks. As far as TV goes, if I can, speak on that.
We'll segue. We'll go right into TV.
Okay,
Let me go finish up movies then.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did watch Borat subsequent movie film.
What did
Borat
you think of that?
I thought it was funny, but I will admit it's hard to recapture the Borat 1 because Borat 1 was like unheard of being done.
Yeah,
but I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining. I don't think it's better than the first, but I didn't go into it thinking it ever would be. I would support it. I would say thumbs up. I would go see it. I would tell people if you enjoy that kind of humor, definitely go see it. It's more storyline oriented than Borat 1 was. Well, Borat 1 had storyline, but it was just some randomness will go on. This one is more streamlined story-wise. The person, the young lady he had play his daughter is phenomenal in it. Like, she makes the movie for me because she's hilarious in it. And I think also gives a spin on him because people know what to expect out of him, but you didn't know to expect how she would play off of the whole situation. So I would say thumbs up on that.
He was still Borat? Oh, no.
He's still Borat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still Borat. Okay.
He's Borat, but in a disguise.
I don't know. Because like my brother-in-law watched it and he said it was just like a repeat of the first one, but not really as exciting. I mean, I just don't think that, like, the first one literally had me on the floor of the movie theater laughing.
Yes.
Like, I was on a date when I watched the first one, and I'm literally the only one rolling on the floor in laughter, and he's looking at me like I'm the craziest person in the world.
If you're going
I don't
to
think I can get that
expecting
from the second one.
You're expecting that, then you already missed the point. Like, you might as well just skip it. Like, if you're going to expecting a good comedy, you'll get a good comedy. But if you're going to, like I said, don't stack it in. You got to realize Borat 1 was revolutionary. Like, he literally was fooling people into thinking this was a real thing. And if anybody watched the Ali G show, which Borat, you knew what you were going walking into watching Borat. Actually, the Ali G show Borat segments are better than what the movie was because it still was that unknown factor. So if you go into it thinking Borat 1, you're not going to be pleased because there's nothing you're going to watch is going to match Borat 1 because we know how this game works now. But Borat 2, for having that over that echelon over his head and knowing that people know what Sacha Baron Cohen looks like, know what Borat looks like, having that over his head to make this movie, I feel like is a better achievement, but it isn't as good as the first because the first was uncharted territory. So, but that's what I say. I give it a lot of credit because he pulls off a sequel. No, people, if you Borat walk down the street right now, you'd be like, "Oh, hold on, motherfucker! Like, I know what you're trying to pull. You ain't gonna get me on you know."
Exactly.
But the fact that he pulled this off a second time and like relatively, really, really good, I give it credit for that. But I thought it was good. I would suggest it. when you guys do see it in the next coming weeks, let me know what you guys think.
And
Um,
where did you watch it at?
Home. It's on
Yeah,
Amazon
on what?
Prime.
Oh, it's on Amazon
Yeah, it's
Prime.
free on Amazon Prime. So
What?
yeah. So I watched it there. I did watch Love and Monsters, which is a movie that is on Amazon Prime. Like it was supposed to be probably coming to movie theaters, but because everything it did not go. It stars the kid from Teen Wolf, the Styles character from Teen Wolf, but it's basically the movie's about it was an asteroid coming to hit Earth. All the world like shot missiles at it to blow it up. Because they blew it up, it like the pieces came down as radioactive. Now all the cold-blooded animals became like mutated, and they started wiping out the human population. So at this point, he picks up after 95% of the human population has been ended, and the main character is a guy like who isn't like he isn't tough in handling and killing the monsters, but his commune, because all the humans go into these little communities underground. And so the whole storyline is him going from his one community 80 something miles to where his girlfriend is. And that's the whole premise of the movie for the most part. I don't want to spoil it a lot. I will say this because I came into it not knowing what it was about, just expecting a cool monster flick because the trailer just shows these creeped out looking mutated monsters. I really, really enjoyed it. Me and my oldest daughter watched it and we loved it. Like we thought it was just dope. The main character, I think his name is Dylan O'Brien. I think that's the guy he is very charismatic in that early Shia LaBeouf phase where we didn't realize Shia LaBeouf was crazy, but he was charismatic. He has that vibe to him. Like he could carry this film, and it has the crazy monsters, and then because I know Mama Steve's rolling her eyes, it has a dog in there that plays a huge part in it, and the dog is a main character in this movie. So for you, Mama Steve, I know you'll love things where dogs are involved. So
I'm
you'll
sure
have
I
that.
will. Yes.
So and spoiler alert, the dog does not get harmed because I know people care about that. But but I thought it was a really, really good movie. And now granted, if I would have been seeing it coming and I saw this in theaters, I probably would give it like a C. But because it's at home and I didn't see it coming, I'm probably giving it like a B, a good B, strong, maybe even B plus. So I thought it was just a cool movie. It was just a fun movie. So that's called Love and Monsters. Me and my daughter are probably going to do a review on it soon on Headcanon Circus, but I enjoyed that. And then the last movie I did check out is called Downhill. It was a movie with Will Ferrell and with Julia Dreyfus, the chick from Seinfeld, Elaine from Seinfeld.
That sounds like a weird combination.
Yeah, so it's not really a comedy. It's like a kind of dark comedy, but the whole premise is they're on this ski resort, ski retreat. It's them two and their two kids, and an avalanche starts coming down the hill. And the Will Ferrell father character, instead of trying to protect his family, grabs his cell phone and runs. And him and his wife and the kids stay there. And then found out the avalanche wasn't as it wasn't as dangerous as they thought. It just ended up being a snow dusting. But watching it, it seemed like they were going to be engulfed and like drowned in this avalanche. And homeboy bolts it. And so the whole story unwinds about how like the family really don't fuck with him no more because he basically quote and left him to die. And so it's kind of a dramedy, but it was pretty good. It was one of those kind of day in a life kind of movies where you follow them for a few days. It's real no resolution, but you get to see like how the family interacted with this crisis of circumstance that the father was like, nah, deuces. And like they thought they were gonna be buried alive. So I would definitely say it's free on HBO. So you don't got to buy it. So if you got to pay for it, don't pay for it. But if you can watch it free, I would say check it out if you got some time to burn. It was pretty entertaining. But they didn't really use Will Ferrell's comedy chops as much as I thought they were.
What was the name of the movie again?
Called Downhill.
Downhill. Okay.
Yep. All right, that is all I had on that one. Let's go ahead. Mama Steve TV, what you got?
I did start Social Distance. And I will say this, I do feel like it really does hit home for me because, it's supposed to be about how people are dealing with the quarantine. And it's just like different scenarios. Like some people hate being at home. Some people have to be out. Some people hate being out, and it's a lot of the B-list celebrities like Daniel Brooks from Orange is the Black and how
Mhm.
she's dealing with it and so on. And I will say that I kind of felt like it related to me a bit because I had to work from home for 13 weeks during quarantine and I hated it. Like the first 2 weeks are fine, but then after that, it's like you feel like you don't have a purpose, or it's just like there's really no like nothing fun. It's like you get up and you literally walk 2 steps to the computer and start your work day. And I realized, that's just not for me. And I am not a work from home type of person. Maybe for a medical situation, like if I have to be out for medical leave where I'm forced to be at home and recover, then yeah, I can understand that because it's like a short period of time and you're like, okay, well, at least it'll end on this date and I can go back to work, because I hated being home
Did you
all the
like or
time.
dislike the show?
I actually like it.
Okay.
I mean, because here's the thing, it's not just because a lot of people have this stigma of, okay, well, the celebrities don't have to stay at home, or they have all of this stuff that keeps them all entertained, and it's going to be, the quarantine is going to be easier for them. In reality, it's not. They're dealing with the same issues we are.
All right. What any other movie, TV you've been listening, watching it?
I'm ready for The Crown. I'm going to say it for the next until it comes out. I'm
It's a good
ready
show.
for yes,
What
it's coming
season?
out
What season?
season 4.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm moving right along.
I'm ready for it. November 15th. Bring it
Okay.
on. Bring it on, Netflix. Go ahead.
All right, Tunes. But you said you already had some TV lined up. What you got?
Yeah. So I got about 2 more episodes left of P-Valley. I'm really enjoying that show. It kind of brings me back to my, what I'm saying, my 20s, what I'm saying, when I was out in the streets,
Mm-hmm.
roaming the clubs, the whole club, strip club scene. And it's kind of cool to see, what I'm saying, kind of cool to see what it would be like to, you know, envision your favorite stripper personalities real lives. You know what I'm saying? That's what to see,
Oh my
just to
God.
see how they live and what they dealt with, what I'm saying, when they weren't, shaking their ass and titties. And I mean, it's pretty intriguing.
I told you that P Valley tight, man. I like that P Valley.
Yeah. It's on point. It's on point. It's getting really good, really spicy. Yeah, she ain't had to do her mama like that, but I probably would have done my mama like that too.
I'd have
She was
dragged the
like
mama too. I'd have dragged her too.
Y'all ain't right.
and
Don't do that.
and I just completed Ratchet, with Nurse Mildred Ratchet, man. She off the chain. She ain't no joke. And her brother crazy too. They all crazy. But I just completed that.
Do you think
That was
do you think there's gonna be a season 2? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, they went deep on that, like like deep crazy. I'm kind of torn. I mean, I'm intrigued to see another season,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure how I feel about everybody else's perspective on the show. I think it can kind of go either way. Like it might go away, or it might come back. Just depending on the audience and how they felt about it. I'm kind of torn. I love to see another season of it, but I'm kind of skeptical on whether or not it'll
Man,
come
y'all
back.
two should do a season breakdown, man, and put it up. Y'all breaking down the episodes and
Yeah.
have some fun with that.
Yes.
I
But
mean,
we'll
I
put that in
enjoyed
the
it.
works. Anything else
It
you
was
got
cool.
too? So Ratchet, you giving Ratchet the thumbs up is what I'm hearing then.
Yeah, Ratchet, thumbs up on Ratchet. Thumbs up definitely on P Valley. Still looking forward to waiting for Power to come back, for the last 5 episodes, since they just gave us an appetizer. You know what I'm saying? I'm still very disappointed about that, man. They wrong for that.
All right. Let me see here. I finished the show, the 100. I fell off. There was one more season left. It was a CW show. I finished that. It had a very interesting ending. So, but if you're into sci-fi, it's a pretty decent sci-fi show. The whole premise is that they sent 100 kids down from this space station they had back to Earth because they believe Earth was radioactive, and that's why they left initially. So a bunch of years passed, like hundreds of years passed, and then they finally sent some kids back down, and they find out Earth is habited by stuff. That is the premise for season 1. By the time, I think it's 7 seasons, by the time it's in the 7th season, it's on some whole other different shit. So, but we finally finished, me and my wife finished that, which was enjoyable. I did catch up and watch Lovecraft County all the way, Lovecraft Country all the way to the end. That's on HBO as well. It's a great show. It's such a good show. It is just, yeah. If I suggest anything for these shows forever, everybody should watch Lovecraft Country. Like, it is a really, really good show. The first couple episodes are kind of freaky, and then once you just realize it's just weird, you just buy into the weird. It just gets really, really good going through. Shout out to the non-crazy Smollett, because she's in it, the sister. She ain't like her brother Jussie, so she's awesome in it. But yeah, definitely check that out. And then I guess my new project is I'm going to go back and watch New Girl from beginning to end. It was a Fox comedy with Zooey Deschanel on it, Jack Johnson, whatever. But I always thought it was funny and great, and I never finished it, like the final season. But then there's been this whole underground cult following of how it doesn't get enough respect. And I'm like, I thought it was very well respected. I thought everybody thought it was funny. It was great. But evidently it has not been. So I'm going back and rewatching from episode 1 all the way through. And it's fucking hilarious. Like, New Girl's a funny show. And maybe that's why I slept on, because every episode I have about 2 moments where I laugh out loud from a joke or just from a comment. It's just very matter of fact. So I do dig New Girl. But other than that, TV wise, that's where I am. I'm going to be binging New Girl, which probably find some other stuff in between there to watch as well, and go from there. So, oh yeah, New Girl, you can get on Netflix. Netflix has all the episodes too. Just
Epic.
yeah.
How old is that show? Like, how long has it been on?
Quite a while.
I think it ran 7 seasons, but I think it ended 2 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the first season starts in 2006, maybe.
Okay.
So, and I may be wrong about that. I know people are going to clap at me and say I'm wrong, but I can't remember fully. All right. If we're done with TV, any music for you, Mama Steve? I know you've not been huge on the music scene lately, but anything that you heard, any more songs about fruit that you love now?
No. But Ariana Grande came out with a new album. She dropped a new album this past week. And that's all I've heard about on Instagram is, let me pull it up. Yeah, she dropped a new album, and actually it was a surprise-ish. I mean, I think she announced it maybe like the week before that she dropped it, because a lot of my followers are also Ariana Grande fans. It's kind of like when I was like into Britney Spears at that age. Kind of like the same thing, but there's this one girl that's like, oh my gosh. And let's see, the album is called Positions.
Oh, yeah, I heard a new album coming out, but I didn't realize it came out this week.
Yep, it came out, I want to say it came out Friday. And the music video dropped as well, and she plays a female president in the music video. And I guess, kind of brings me to my next point in regards to Ariana Grande's, album drop, is it couldn't have come at a better time, because she is older, and we don't really hear a lot of political sides from some music musicians and everything. But Taylor Swift recently came out as a Democrat, and she's like gun-ho on the politics. But now I think this is the start of Ariana Grande coming out, showing her political side as well, indirectly right now, because the music video is she plays a female president. And I really think that in the next year or so, maybe a few years, even though she's in her 20s, we're really going to start seeing her express her political side more. This is just like a teaser. So bravo, Ariana Grande. Excellent work. The album's great. Music video is great. You're awesome. She's definitely getting into the women empowerment movement.
Okay. DJ Tunes, I know you got all the listings. What you got on here? New music.
I mean, over the last couple of weeks, a few notable albums. T.I. dropped a new album on us last week. The L.I.B.R.A.
Oh, man, that dude's spitting like he trying to make another classic on that one, bro.
For sure.
T.I. spit on that. I give my thumbs up on L.I.B.R.A, bro.
Yeah. I quite impressed, man. A couple one notable song. My choice was "Pardon" with Lil Baby. That's a banger. It's an instant banger there.
Yep.
Them Georgia boys gonna love that one. Then Benny the Butcher, Burden of Proof, a little New York flavor. Dave East, Karma 3, Party Next Door dropped the EP, Party Pack. Bruce Springsteen dropped the album, Letter to You.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all for all those Springsteen fans out there,
Yeah.
Ty Dolla Sign dropped the album.
Featuring Ty Dolla Sign. That album,
Yep,
that's in my
featuring Ty
bag
Dolla
heavily.
Sign. Yeah, most definitely. And a new artist, I'm not sure if any are familiar. I did have one of her singles on our playlist maybe several episodes ago. Saint Bodhi, Mad World. Her album dropped. The single Blessed is one of selected choices on the album.
Okay.
But that's a hot album as well.
Okay. I mean, I love it. You always give us our full music breakdown. So yeah, I did have Ty Dolla Sign, featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I like that album a lot. Listened to it twice now. I have a homeboy who's gonna work on a show that we're going to probably put out every Wednesday, kind of breaking down or talking about some of the new music that came out over the weekend. So we'll probably talk about that one. I did like Benny the Butcher. That whole Griselda team, Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, Conway the Machine. Like, I don't feel like they put out a bad album, and they put out about 20 in the last, 2 years. Like, they just seem to just keep coming and coming, and they're out of Buffalo. So if people don't know the streets of Buffalo is tough, listen to one of their albums. They'll let you know real quick that Buffalo ain't no shit, ain't no joke out there. Like we talked about T.I., the L.I.B.R.A one, that thing knocks real heavily. The other album I think I was listening to, I think Dave East had a re-release on the album, but then Tech Nine, he dropped this week as well. I'm a huge Tech Nine fan.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I enjoyed that one as well.
Yeah.
And I want to say that was pretty much it for me. I'm trying to make sure because I had a list of some of the albums. I'll listen to something once sometimes and be like, don't come back to it, but get it. Oh, I know the one that I should have made a whole segment for. Black Thought. Black Thought dropped the album.
Yeah, you're right. Black Thought did drop the album. I haven't got around to listening to that one,
Yeah, Streams of Thought, Volume 3. I think it's called Cain and Abel, whatever. And so, interesting conversation about Black Thought. And I know we don't have enough time. We got 4 minutes left and we'll wrap up. But I was expecting him to just come on that album and just flambe everything. Yeah. And he does. He, lyrically, you're going to get what you get from Black Thought. Like, Black Thought for me is a top 5 MC. And so he does his thing, but I think it's something missing in the art of hip hop that he does in his album that I don't see a lot of. He is a true MC, master of ceremonies. And if you listen to that album, it was some moments, some beats I heard, I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to go insane on this. But I feel like he made a subtle touch because he wanted it, I guess, to be collaborative. Because if you listen to how he flows and then he'll have a guest come on and flow, I feel like Black Thought could have outshone the guests. Let me say that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was setting up the guests to give their best work while also still giving his good work. And that's something to be said about a real true MC. Because, we've gotten to the era now with rapping where if you're on a track with somebody, you got to kill everybody. Like, you got to leave no doubt that you're the better MC when you get on a track with somebody. And I think me and you've had that conversation, like Kendrick and Cole and blah, blah. I feel like in this album, he really looked at more being a real MC as in I'm trying to make a better song than a better rap song. Like, I feel like overall there is better songs on here that just are just good songs rather than really good rap songs, if that makes any sense. So I thought that was an interesting take when I listened to it to feel like, oh man, Black Thought came with some lines, but I just thought every bar for bar was just going to be top notch to squash the competition, where I felt like in this album, he really was focused on putting together good songs that each verse and each, he would give his 16, somebody give 16, they fit together more than just, I'm just going to out rap you. If that makes sense. I know it's a hard concept, but it took me a while
to kind of make the feature irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but no, I thought that was real dope there. But other than that, man, I mean, the music, I ain't gonna lie, the music scene this year, for it being quarantine, man, we are getting hits after hits after hits, man.
Yeah, we're getting some real
I'm telling you, everyone has time to sit down and actually think about what they want to write, and they're not under pressure.
For sure.
They're taking their time. Creative flow. Creative flow.
You are 100% correct on that. 100% correct on that. Well, anybody have anything else? Any other kind of media they've been taking in? Any cool trips, Twitch streams or memes or something you saw, Mama Steve?
Well, you see all my memes on my Instagram page in regards to Stranger Things, so definitely check those out because I put out some funny ones this week.
Okay.
And hopefully tonight's live stream goes well because it's my return to Twitch because now I got the equipment working. So
what games are you gonna play?
well, right now I put a poll on my Instagram story, and I'm gonna check it real quick because it was between. I asked my Instagram followers, do they want me to play Dr. Mario, or do they want me to play Kirby's Great Adventure?
Okay.
And let's see where we are on that right now, because while I pulled this up, I was due to enter a Dr. Mario contest at MomoCon, but MomoCon got canceled. So I had been playing Dr. Mario like Into the Ground beforehand. So I had been live streaming it. So right now we have Kirby's Great Adventure is currently in the lead by 1 vote.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go Kirby.
Right.
Yep. So
I'm gonna put my vote in because I want to see Dr. Mario. So
Dr. Mario. Okay, what about you, Tunes? What you think?
Hey, I gotta go with Mario.
Okay,
sure.
so Dr. Mario's now in the lead.
My guy. That's my guy.
We
well,
shall see.
everybody, thank you guys for watching the No Name Nonsense podcast, and hopefully next week we will be all back together pending a nice negative clean test, and we'll be on there. If not, according to our president, she'll just become immune. So we can go with that theory too as well. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching again, and we will see you all next week. Peace.
Bye.
Holla.